We're trying the internet's highest rated copycat recipes and seeing how they compare to the real thing. Crumbl cookies continue to take over the world with their viral cookie flights, opening up even more locations and serving things other than cookies.
Now I'm starting to think that Crumbl makes better cakes than cookies.
They're serving cakes and pies and different desserts to the point they've actually even dropped cookie from the name, and now they're just Crumbl. But how are their other desserts? And do their cookies still stand up? Let's see. Every Monday they change their menu. So this week is red velvet white chocolate chip, banana caramel, strawberry cupcake, Biscoff lava cookie, and usually there used to be 6 cookies in a flight. They'd have the milk chocolate chip, but they'd have 6 unique flavors. But they've gotten rid of a couple of those flavors to make room for their desserts, which we have a French silk pie and a butter cake. Now I couldn't actually find recipes for all of these because some of them are brand new flavors. From what I've seen, their cookies are like building blocks. They've got their base cookie flavor, then their frosting, then their toppings, and they just intermix those different recipes to make different combinations. So I've got a bunch of individual ones that we're gonna building block together to hopefully be better than the real thing. We're starting strong with the cake flavor because I have to see what it's all about. Even gonna use the good stuff. Vanilla bean paste for the win. Every time. I'm not gonna show every ingredient for every recipe either. That would be insane. There's so many things. I'm gonna leave them in the description. So far, this seems like just a basic vanilla cake recipe. Where it gets interesting is how it's baked. This is the cake pan that she showed in the video, which is a weird size because it's like a cinnamon roll cake pan, which I didn't even know was a thing. But the interesting part about how these cakes are baked is they have butter all around them, so they'll pop out, but they're coated with a turbinado sugar, which, I mean, I didn't know what that was, which is just basically like a raw brown sugar, but I think it's supposed to add a crystallized crunch or texture, add some flavor to it, turns it up from being less of a basic vanilla cake. Then she just used an ice cream scoop and did big hefty scoops in each cavity. In the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Those look really beautiful on the edges. I want to flip these out while they're still warm because I'm terrified they're gonna get stuck to the sides. I didn't hear a release. One fell. Can you come tap it? Just play the bongos on them.
No, they're stuck. You got 3. 50%'s not bad. Oh!
That was aggressive. We've only ruined one, but it's like this crusted caramelized outside. Oh, I'm excited to try it. Like basic vanilla cake so far, but like this makes it a little bit more elevated. Let's move on to the French silk pie, which there is not a Crumbl copycat of a French silk pie. However, before Crumbl came out with a French silk pie, they had a French silk pie cookie. So we're gonna use the filling of that, but we actually need to make a crust. I've got 2 different recipes here. So we're gonna make the crust now, which is just a basic Oreo crust. I'm gonna half this recipe, so only do 12, because I do not need that many. Also, this little food processor is ancient, and I love it. I have had it forever. It does the best job. I feel like this is the same type of recipe that you'd make with like a lot of cheesecake bases, either with graham crackers or Oreos, which is just butter and Oreo mixed together. What I'm nervous about is the pie shells. So on their website, in the video, it looks like this flawless, beautiful silk pie standing on its own. But when I watch videos of people trying these, they were in these little tin cans. Feels like a little bit of false advertising. They look so pretty on their own, but they're not. They're served in this, unless they're not and I'm a liar, and it was like a different location that served in this, but from what I've seen, it's that. Also, I don't know that these are the right size, but this is what I could find, and I'm pretty sure they're too small. All right, pie shells going in. Our shells are nice and cool. Let's make the filling, which reading the recipe just feels like a jacked up pudding because you've got heavy cream instead of milk, which is gonna make it really light and airy and fluffy. Then we're adding in sugar and vanilla and more chocolate. So it feels like it's gonna be like a pudding, but like a really good pudding. It didn't say to do it to stiff peaks, just to light and fluffy, so that's what I did, but it felt wrong. Like I felt like I should be doing to stiff peaks. This is supposed to be a vanilla cupcake cookie with a strawberry cream cheese frosting, and on their website it says vanilla cupcake cookie, but the copycat recipe says a sugar cookie base, and their cookie looks like a sugar cookie. The main difference is this recipe has an extra egg and has 3 times the baking powder, so it's gonna be a very fluffy sugar cookie compared to a crunchy sugar cookie, which is technically more like a cupcake. I think these are gonna taste exactly like a sugar cookie, but have more of a cupcake consistency. I think if we had added in pudding mix or even cake batter powder from like a box cake mix, that would have given it more of a cupcake flavor. But again, I'm not sure what theirs tastes like, so for now, we're going with this. Cookie butter lava cookies. I've never made a lava cookie in my life, so this is a first for me, but I am completely obsessed with cookie butter. Specifically, Biscoff cookie butter is the best thing. I recently found it and like I can't stop baking with it. It's so good. So imagine these cookies are gonna be tasty. We're supposed to do ½ tablespoons of the cookie butter and then freeze those for the gooey center. Now the base of the cookie recipe seems almost exactly like a chocolate chip cookie recipe because it's got the white sugar and the brown sugar, but it also has the addition of cookie butter in the actual cookie. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that I've gone my entire baking career, not just on YouTube, but like my life, and never made a lava cookie. But if I'm gonna make a lava cookie, this feels like the right first lava cookie. Now I've made banana bread and I've made banana cake, but I've never made a banana cookie. It seems kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, but with cinnamon and banana, except there was no recipe online for exactly what they have, because this one is a banana bread cookie with cream cheese glaze. And this week's Crumbl flight has a caramel cheesecake glaze. So we've got a different recipe for the icing, but for the cookie, it's basic. This dough is very wet. I would say this is the softest dough of all of the cookies. It feels a lot more like a cake batter dough, like a cake batter, not dough. And I have no idea how much it spread, so we're leaving it there. Red velvet, white chocolate chip. I had to reread how much brown sugar was in it like 3 times because this has a cup and a half of brown sugar. That's a lot of brown sugar. Similar to red velvet cake, it's got some cocoa powder in it. That's gonna make it pretty dark. I don't know if the red's gonna come through because this seems like a lot of cocoa powder. 1, let's get this out of the way. It does not say what kind of red food coloring, not liquid, not gel, it just says red food coloring. 2, it does not say how much red food coloring.
Why is all this significant, Lori?
This is significant because there was a time once that, it's empty. It's empty for a reason. Just cut the clip. It says 1 to 2 tablespoons, and I'm doubling this. That would be 2 to 4 tablespoons, like this.
Yeah, but that's a lot, isn't that? Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's a tablespoon.
Yeah, but did they specify which food coloring? That's gel food coloring. Oh, wow.
Okay, well, we did 1 tablespoon of gel food coloring.
You did a whole bottle of gel food coloring.
I mean, there's still a...
Did it say what kind?
It felt like that was way too much. Centrifugal force. Oh, there we go. And little snot boogies. Add the red food coloring here. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Let's add in the flour and then see what it looks like. Well, that looks like a chocolate dough. So I feel like I'm gonna need a lot more red food coloring, but I don't know that any amount of red food coloring is gonna undo the amount of cocoa powder. Now it's a red brown. I've had to divide my batter because someone didn't buy enough white chocolate chips. Why is this so thick? It's like gingerbread dough. I think we're gonna get 1 cookie with no white chocolate chips and a cookie with 1,000. If the dough's dry, will the cookies be dry? That is the real question. All of our dough is in the fridge cooling. I'm gonna bake them fresh tomorrow morning, and tomorrow morning first thing, we're gonna go get our Crumbl cookies. Good morning. Auntie, where are we going? Are we going for a car ride? Going to get the cookies. I tried to change the order from yesterday to today, but apparently they don't do that. Once you place the order, you place the order. They said that they could do it for me this time and that I could pick them up today, but I also am a little bit nervous that I'm gonna get there and there's not actually gonna be cookies and they could be sold out of the cake or something and it's just gonna be a mess. So just the anxiety is anxietying right now. Here we are. No Crumbl cookie, it's just Crumbl. Where's the cookie?
So creepy. I just looked up and she was staring at me like this. What is she doing? I'm guessing something's wrong. Maybe they're all out. That would be bad.
I have a pickup for Lori. Everything's fine.
What happened? Can you get that done? Those tiny arms.
Problems.
What are the problems?
Problem is their French silk pie is gigantic. It's huge. It's like 3 of mine. So there's no going back. Those are already like in the shells and done. So we're gonna rate the flavor, but it's not gonna look identical. The other issue is that while I was standing there and she was helping other customers, I heard her describe the cookies. So on the butter cake, in the recipe, it says that it's like topped with whatever glaze, but then on top of that, it's a whipped cream, like a vanilla bean whipped cream. She described it as a mousse, and I said...
That's not the problem, I'm just trying to replicate these.
Yeah, that's not...
I need to make sure the recipes were the same, and now they're not gonna match. So how am I supposed to compare two things? It's like comparing apples and oranges.
But how do you explain that to someone? So I just like, no, I'm sure they're both delicious. I was just curious. And she's like, oh yeah, you're just a curious person. I was like, yeah. I think the lady at the store might have been wrong. And I'm not saying that because of a personal opinion. I'm saying that because I just checked their website and it describes the cake, gooey butter cake, baked with a crunch of crystal sugars and then topped with a delicious buttery glaze, not cream cheese glaze, it says buttery glaze, and a smooth vanilla bean whipped cream, not mousse. It says whipped cream on their website. We're gonna go with the website description. Also, I heard her mistakenly call the banana cookie a vanilla cookie, which I know it's a banana cookie, so I feel like maybe she just wasn't super familiar with the menu, or everything on the website's wrong and we've got very weird cooking happening here. We are where we are. Buttery glaze, basically just butter, icing sugar, and then butter extract. It's such a weird thing that has this like very artificial taste. Doesn't taste like butter. It also has like the essence of butter. Hard to describe. You just heat these 3 ingredients up in the stove until they come together. Just trying to cool it down a little bit, but I'm continually whisking it because I saw the girl in the video when she poured it on, it had crystallized a little bit. Glazes like this, they tend to crystallize and they get this crunchy exterior, but Crumbl's glaze is a bit thick when it goes on. So if I put it on while it's still hot, it's gonna be a bit too thin. So I'm using my judgment and cooling it down a little. Then I'm just spooning it right on top. On top of the glaze, we're gonna make the vanilla bean whipped cream, not the mousse. It's just whipping cream, icing sugar, and vanilla bean paste. And then we're just supposed to like ice cream scoop a big old pile on top. Well, so far I feel like it looks like there. I also didn't make enough glaze. I kind of ran out of butter. So we did a half recipe. You only really need 1. For the French silk pies, I'm using the same vanilla bean whipped cream and we're just doing little dollops. And we're ignoring the fact that these are 1000% the wrong size pies. And they look fine, Kevin. You can calm down because the size difference is totally fine. It's like the mini me of it.
Except 1/8 your size.
And then they're just topped with chocolate shavings that I purchased and didn't make because making chocolate shavings is quite a pain in the butt.
The oven's beeping. Are you still playing June's Journey?
Just 20 seconds. They'll be okay for 20 seconds.
Do you want me to get them?
It's fine. Okay. They're fine, look.
Didn't know if you heard the beeper.
You were there to remind me of the beep. It's fine. June's Journey is just such a great distraction from life sometimes. Think I Spy Book, but cute and in mobile game form. It is a free to download hidden object game and the scenes are just chef's kiss. It's got vintage and cozy vibes and is packed full of all the tiny details. It's like a mix of nostalgia and the satisfaction of checking something off of your to-do list. It's the kind of game that makes you feel productive, like even though you're totally relaxing. It's free to download on Android and iOS. You can click the link down below or scan the QR code and let it pull you into its own little escape world. All right, I think all of the cookies are out of the oven, enough distractions. Let's get topping. The cupcake cookie and the banana cookie both share a cream cheese icing. So I made the cream cheese icing and then divided into 2 and added strawberry jam to 1 and caramel sauce to the other to make our 2 things. But I had a mishap. It's all liquidy. I'm really bad at cream cheese icing. I fail every time. I finally looked up to try to figure out what I was doing wrong. I think you're supposed to use the block of cream cheese and not the tub, like the spread, and not over whip it and things. And anyways, this is not gonna be pipeable. Ooh, satisfying. It is what it is because I'm not going to the store and buying more cream cheese. It's not happening. So we're just gonna do a nice pretty dollop on top of the cookie. Also, the strawberry jam, it's not pink enough with just the strawberry, so I had a little bit of pink food coloring to it. I hate it. I loathe it. It's so wrong and upsetting.
Well, you spun your mini pies mess up to do a positive thing, so spin this into a positive thing.
I'm positively upset by this. They don't look horrible. It's just they don't look like they're supposed to look.
There's sprinkles on theirs?
There's sprinkles on
I
theirs.
didn't even notice.
I think the stack of like the pie shells being wrong and this being wrong, now it's just combined. And I'm like, okay, that's enough to not be okay. I'm not okay anymore. The thing about the banana ones, this one was supposed to be spooned on. Thicker, but still spooned on. But the fact that my cookies are a little bit domed and not flat is just gonna help guide this like completely over the cookie. Then a drizzle of caramel on top of our stupid dollops. The Biscoff lava cookies are super easy because they just get drizzled with Biscoff. No extra recipes. Red velvets are even easier because they get nothing on top. Already noticing differences. I just watched the last video back and it did say Crumbl cookie on the box. And also on the side of the other box, it said it had the best cookies in the world. And this one says the best desserts in the world. So they've definitely had a big shift in branding. Now let's look at the side by side. Okay, immediately the silk pie is bothering me. The size difference is bothering me, but I will say that my dollops are more evenly spread out like it is advertised on their website. This is all very much in the middle and it's kind of melty looking. So I feel like mine looks better even though it's tinier. Definitely the strawberry is like the biggest problem one of just being a melted mess and not being piped, but let's try them. Starting with their red velvet white chocolate chip.
What's wrong?
I loved every single one of the other Crumbl cookies I tasted. I don't really like this one. It's really dry. The middle is a little bit less dry. It kind of tastes like a light chocolate cookie with some white chocolate chips. It doesn't feel special, but not by any means a bad cookie. It's just not one of my favorites. Let's try mine. It's a little better. Still not a great cookie, still not my favorite, but I feel like somehow it's like softer in the white chocolate. I think they've used big white chocolate chips and mine has little white chocolate chips. So mine are spread out more in it. So you're getting more hints white chocolate and not just like dry cookie with maybe one chip. So I feel like the smaller chips are actually working better in this one.
The color came out pretty similar, eh?
It did. Mine feels a little bit more brown than theirs, but it is still red. It does still look red velvet. It's pretty similar.
It's pretty similar.
Banana, I can already tell that theirs is a lot more puffed up than mine and is a lot lighter in color. So that's interesting.
Is it artificial banana? You can always taste like when it's artificial banana. It's real?
It's real, but it doesn't taste like banana. Which I saw a comment on their reviews and it said it didn't taste like banana. I happen to agree, but I will say the icing is extremely sweet. So it feels a little imbalanced. The cookie itself is not sweet, but I feel like I'm tasting more sweetness than I am flavor in the icing. Okay, the fingers are just good. They go in the icing. Banana. I have thoughts. This cookie is better, but it needs improvement. I love the banana flavor in this. I feel like it's really good, but my icing has to be thicker and don't add caramel into the cream cheese icing itself. Just drizzle it with caramel because otherwise it's too sweet. So I think this cookie with a thicker cream cheese icing with just a drizzle of caramel, perfect. And even honestly, nutmeg and cinnamon in the cream cheese, maybe vanilla brown sugar, and that would be like a 10. The strawberry cupcake. Will it taste like cupcake? I'm distracted by the icing. The icing is so good. I love strawberry. Oh, it's so yummy. Okay, let me taste the cookie by itself because I feel like it just tasted of sugar cookie. A really good sugar cookie. The sugar cookie is amazing, but it is a sugar cookie. And I feel like if it's gonna give cupcake, I would have loved some of that like pudding mix or cake mix, that kind of flavor in it to make it taste more like cupcake. But itself, it's one of my favorites I've had from them. It's really good. Let's see if mine holds up. I hope so I can keep recreating this with thicker icing. It's not as good. I think their sugar cookie is a lot fluffier than mine, and I feel like mine's tasting a little bit more like a sugar cookie, and I think the fluffiness really made it different. My cream cheese icing is definitely a lot more cream cheese than strawberry. I think they use strawberry extract in theirs, or maybe like a freeze-dried strawberry powder. I like my level of cream cheese. Theirs tastes a little bit more artificial, but I don't know if that's that strawberry flavor, but either way, it's working. Biscoff lava cookie. It's so sad. I feel like it's a little mediocre. I mean, it's good.
You love Biscoff.
I do.
So what's wrong? Not enough?
There's probably like a high expectations and then like, it's a little dry. I feel like it's not balanced. Biscoff cookie butter, as delicious as it is dry. Like peanut butter, it's dry and it needs something to balance the dryness. That's why it's so good on ice cream. I think this not having some sort of cream topping is a mistake because guaranteed if I dollop some of that whipped cream on here, it would be incredible. Mine feels a little overbaked. It's hard to see with my darker color, but there is that Biscoff center. They taste the same, so same notes. Let's see if my theory is right. Perfect. No, need a French silk pie. You can get all the way to the bottom. I don't know that I would say this dessert is better than their cookies. It tastes like elevated pudding. It's still good. It just, there's a little bit of an artificial flavor in there. Not as good as their cookies. Try ours.
I'm hearing crunch. Theirs didn't crunch.
Mine tastes better. I feel like it tastes cleaner. Like the chocolatey is a little bit more chocolatey. The whipped cream tastes a little bit more fresh. Like I feel like everything in it tastes just a little lighter somehow, but it's not far off. Like they're very similar. I will say I think I baked my crust too long, so mine's more crunchy and theirs is more soft, but I don't mind the crunchy crust because with all of the cream in it, the crunch adds a different layer of texture, so it's not all just soft.
That's a sad looking cake.
It's a little sad looking. Like the outside, it's very textured, and then the glaze doesn't drip down nicely, and then the dollop's all melted. Let's try their butter cake. That's really good. Kind of like a basic vanilla cake, but the crunch on the outside adds such a cool texture for it. I really love it. It's almost like caramelized. And it reminds me almost like a dessert cornbread. Like it has a cornbread flavor somehow, I don't know how, but the fresh toppings on top just make it really good. Like this one a lot more than the French silk pie. They taste almost identical and both really good. Mine's missing the cornbread flavor. So I don't know what they've added to theirs, but it has a hint to me of a cornbread flavor. The butter cake, strawberry cupcake, and Biscoff lava cookie, I would make all three again. The other three, I think you could skip. Let me know if you tried their cookies, your favorite, and if you were making any of these, I love you.